Now from the station on your side, you're watching Wavy News 10.
Right now at 6, time to travel. The roads and skies are getting more crowded, all thanks to that holiday journey.
There may be some snags along the way, including the weather. Tonight, a look at how it's going and when you go, when you're ready to go. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. We know that you have a lot to do this weekend, so we do appreciate you stopping in for a few minutes.
So many of you may be packing tonight, heading out of town this weekend for the long Christmas break. You're taking a live look at our Wavy jam cams as the Christmas journey begins. Lots of lights on the roads, not a lot of brake lights, so that's a good sign as many hit the road early.
But what will we be dealing with is a cold weekend. We're talking possibly not getting above freezing for some areas later in the weekend.
Chief Meteorologist Jeff Edmondson joins us now with a look at that chilly forecast. Jeff.
Oh, it's going to be getting colder. Temperatures on Sunday will only be in the 30s across our area. Tomorrow in the mid 40s with sunshine, though. At least we'll have more sunshine coming up tomorrow. Virginia Beach tonight, we're looking at mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures tonight will cool down into the 30s. We're not there yet. We have a storm system that's up to our north. A lot of snowfall across all of the states and cities in the northeast. The storm system too far away from us to bring us any really inclement weather, but we still have a lot of cloud cover that we'll see into tonight. You can see off to our west a little bit of rainfall, snowfall moving out of Roanoke now. That's going to miss us to the south. I do not expect any more rain to return tonight, but we will have temperatures that'll start to drop here soon. 43 degrees Cape Charles, 45 degrees in Hampton. If you're doing any traveling tonight, just fine on the roads. If you're doing any traveling for tomorrow, the only thing that's going to be changing is the temperature. So you're looking great. While it's a little cold in the morning, as you're headed north towards areas near Richmond or towards D.C. or Charlottesville or headed south near Charlotte, there should be good weather all across the region as our weather pattern is looking dry. The rain has moved out. Sunshine is now back in control coming up for tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, a few clouds. Tomorrow midday, a couple of clouds passing by. Just a chilly day. It'll feel like it's 30 degrees because of that wind chill. The wind tomorrow out of the north, 10 to 20 miles an hour. 35 is the wind chill at noon. 35 degrees is the wind chill also at 2 o'clock. A lot of sunshine, though, for tomorrow with high temperatures in the low 40s. We'll look ahead to Christmas Day and Christmas Eve just before that in just a little bit.
All right, Jeff, thank you very much. And now to the trip somewhere for the holidays. Back outside to a live look of Norfolk International Airport and our Wavy jam cams. It's expected to be a record year for holiday travel, and it's going to be a long one.
A lot of people have 2 weeks off because Christmas and New Year's falls on Wednesdays. Nearly 120 million Americans are expected to go somewhere during that time.
Oh, but about 10% of people will be in the car during that time.
That means busy highways and lots of patience needed from all of us.
Yes.
Side Stacia Parker is live to tell us how things are going so far on this Friday. Dacia.
Well, Tom and Aisha, it's cold out here, but that's not stopping travel. As you can see in the roadways behind me, it's busy, busy, busy out here. AAA expects this year for travel, it will be the biggest ever. They're estimating about 3.33 million Virginians to travel via the road, sea, train, or plane this holiday season. Now, for the roads, that's about 2.97 million people. AAA says fluctuating gas prices could be a factor causing people to take alternative modes of transportation. That includes the buses and trains. VDOT will suspend some highway work zones and lift most lane closures on interstates across Virginia starting at noon on Tuesday. Some of those changes impact the James River Bridge and Elizabeth River Tunnel. AAA encourages you to remember to slow down and move over for any red, blue, or amber flashing lights or disabled vehicles on the side of the road. And if you plan to travel this holiday season, remember to pack your patience. In Portsmouth, I'm Deja Parker, 10 on your side.
All right, thank you, Deja. Meanwhile, a busy time for the airport early this morning. 10 on your side at Norfolk International during Wavy News 10 today. And, well, the video speaks for itself. Some people told our Raven Payne they were surprised at how crowded the airport was, considering that most people are traveling by car. But the big reminder, make sure to get to the airport early so you can get through security and get to your gate with time to spare.
Yes, there are long lines at baggage check, as you can see. Well, those lines extended well past Hampton Roads. From coast to coast, airports are packed with people looking to go somewhere. There are some concerns now that a government shutdown could affect TSA screening. So as you travel, keep an eye on that, as well as the weather along your flight route.
Everything you need to know when you hit the road is on Wavy wavy.com. We have a look at the traffic flow across Hampton roads. You can also check out the latest gas prices, and you can tell us about any traffic issues on Report It at wavy.com. And also have the Wavy weather app on your phone all the time for the latest from Super Doppler 10, and make sure the location is on to track the weather wherever you're going. Also tonight, the search for a killer after a shooting earlier this week turns deadly.
Tonight, we're hearing from the victim's father. We told you about that shooting in the area of Traverse Road in Newport News Tuesday night. The victim is identified as 21-year-old Amari Maxwell. 10 on Your Side's Andy Fox was back in that neighborhood today. Andy?
Yeah. Amari Maxwell died Wednesday morning when his father saw him on the ground after the shooting. He thought it would probably end that way. Tonight, a family mourns, preparing for a vigil tomorrow. 21-year-old Amari Maxwell is gone. His dad, Carlos Russell, remembers.
I'm a music person, and he loved music. He made songs, like he recorded songs like almost every day. So music was his other passion. It was work, music, and the ladies. He loved, he liked to have a little girlfriend, and that was his everyday life.
Tuesday afternoon with that girlfriend, he was walking along this sidewalk when Dad says he saw a guy he had had an argument with about a year and a half ago. He found out about it on FaceTime.
I got a call from the neighbor. I mean, it was kind of disturbing. It was a FaceTime call. Like, hey, you need to get down here. I think this is your son. And I was like, huh? And she showed me. And I ran downstairs, and that's when I got there.
FaceTime, she showed him on the ground?
Yeah.
Dad has an indescribable emptiness. He can't understand this nightmare.
Hoping that this was a nightmare, actually. Like, I'm like, this can't be real. Like, it really didn't actually hit me. Like, when it became real is when I was able to actually get inside the hospital.
This is what Carlos wants you to know about his Amari.
He was just a loving person. Younger, he was very awkward, like he had speech impediment. And he just blossomed into like a really, really great young man. And I know a lot of people say that because it's their kids, but I'm not one of those people. If somebody isn't, he really was a good kid.
Amari will be missed. Amari Maxwell's vigil has changed locations from the McDonald's where he worked to the football field where he played ball. And it will be tomorrow at 3 p.m. at the South Morrison Family Education Center at 746 Adams Drive in Newport News. You can get it on your phone, look it up on the map. You'll find it. The search for Amari's killer continues tonight. Please call Newport News Police with any information. Our heart and prayers to the family. I'm Andy Fox, 10 on Your Side.
Andy, thank you very much. 6 people are staying somewhere else tonight after a mid-morning fire in Chesapeake. The fire department says it happened just after 9 o'clock on Chris Court in Great Bridge. The fire ripped through the garage and it was out within minutes, but it was enough to leave the house unlivable, at least for now. Investigators say the cause was accidental in nature.
Next week, just in time for the holidays, the USS Cole and its crew will pull into Hampton Roads 2 days before Christmas. The Cole returns to Naval Station Norfolk Monday. It's been out to sea for more than 7 months, patrolling areas around Africa and the Central Command areas of operation. The crew also served as an air defense unit in the Red Sea as the war in the Middle East goes on.
The region's bottom line is looking pretty healthy as we head into 2025.
Ahead on Wavy News 10 at 6, the state of the Commonwealth and where Hampton Roads still needs some economic help.
Plus, postal problems plague a local neighborhood. It's not a delivery issue. Well, not really. Their mailboxes are gone. And in sports, Norfolk State makes its official announcement on Michael Vick coming to coach the football team.
And grab that extra layer because Jeff says you will need it, but for how long? We'll tell you as we continue on this Getaway Friday night.
From the station on your side, you're watching Wavy News 10 at 6.
A If you're going to take a chance on a lottery ticket, tonight may be the night. The Mega Millions jackpot is now $862 million. The winning numbers will be drawn around 11 o'clock tonight. If you decide to take the cash option, you're looking at $392 million all at once, minus about 25% for taxes. Good luck. And so much more realistic and really practical money matters for Hampton Roads, but it's mostly good news.
ODU State of the Commonwealth report reveals good news about Virginia's economy. The report says the high cost of items we use most, like bread and milk, are still outpacing wage increases. On the job front, a record number of people were employed this year, and there were more available jobs across the state than Virginians available to fill them. The biggest issue remains the high cost of housing. That's problematic. In 2025, tariffs could play a role in issues for the local economy.
Next at 6, solving a mail mess. A neighborhood that hasn't gotten letters for almost a year. Who can fix it?
And the bitter blast is slowly arriving in Hampton Roads as we get a look at the Lesnar Bridge and a lot of headlights coming our way. Jeff has some very chilly temps in the forecast, all after this break.
From the station on your side, you're watching Wavy News 10 at 6.
Back now with breaking news from Washington. The House has just approved that short-term spending plan. No surprise, but it still needs to move to the Senate. This plan would keep the government open until March.
And it came with less than 6 hours before the government was to be shut down. What was not included in this plan, President-elect Trump's demand for a debt limit increase. NBC Nightly News will have the latest on this vote at 6:30. It means the checks may be going out, but we've been talking a lot lately about people not getting mail. It can be frustrating.
But the story of a development in Virginia Beach that lost its group mailbox in a car crash has a battle with the post office on its hands. 10 on Your Side's Chris Horn talked with them today.
This neighborhood is called Campus East. It's near Virginia Wesleyan. They used to have mailboxes at this intersection until somebody was speeding up and down Baccalaureate here last December. And then the mailboxes got wiped out, and this is all that's left.
Oh, it's a pain in the butt.
Charlotte Keeley and her neighbors on Pencilbox Way and Tuition Court haven't had mail delivered for 12 months now. Instead, their mail comes to the post office more than 3 miles away near town center.
I'm in the military, so by the time I get off of work, the post office closed. So the only time I'm really able to get my mail is maybe Saturdays, mornings.
It's inconvenient. So I hate going over there. And it's always busy, you know, especially this time of year.
Charlotte Keeley doesn't drive, so she takes an Uber.
If you know you got something coming, you have to spend money to go to the post office.
I'm getting ready to go to the mailbox now.
How many times a week do you go?
Twice.
Twice.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good luck.
All right.
Try to have good holidays despite not having any mail. And residents worry that they're missing out on items that are more than just junk mail or greeting cards.
I've had a few debit cards come in, and I went up to the post office to get the mail, and the debit cards wasn't there, so I have to reorder the debit cards.
They rely on, delivery of medications, their checks. So, that's very frustrating. Very frustrating.
It should have been fixed a long time ago.
It doesn't look like the post office will be the one to deliver a solution here. So will there ever be mailboxes here again? Well, in fact, we got a response this afternoon from the Postal Service. They say cluster box mailboxes like the one that was here, responsibility of the property owner or manager. We'll keep this story updated on wavy.com. In Virginia Beach, Chris Horn, 10 on Your Side.
Ooh.
Need a box to put the mail in.
I mean, that's kind of a basic necessity,
Yes, it is.
especially this time of year.
That's tough.
And a lot of people still get, checks,
Right.
in the mail. They don't get it right
Absolutely.
into their bank account. Some people are, doing it the old school way still.
Notes from your doctor, too.
Hello.
Yes.
A lot of information.
Yes, a lot of important things still come in the mail.
Yep, that can be frustrating. I feel bad for them, but we do have quiet weather as we go into our weather for the weekend. We'll have sunshine, which will be nice. We'll have temperatures getting colder, though.
No more clapping.
Yeah, no more clapping.
The weekend's here. Let's be happy
Amen,
about
Tom.
that.
Amen.
All right.
Good time to
Be
do some
optimistic.
final last-minute shopping, too, as temperatures are going to be in the 30s and 40s for the weekend ahead. Our temperatures now sitting at 44 degrees in Hampton, 47 degrees in Norfolk right now, 45 degrees in Virginia Beach, 38 degrees in Melfa, mid-40s all the way towards Richmond. Average high this time of year is 54 degrees. Today's high 48, so a little bit below average. Rainfall-wise, we're doing fine for the month. The amount of rain that we've seen since we have a nice little surplus right now of about a half an inch has been able to chip away at the drought a little bit across the state and across the whole region. So last week, North Carolina and into Virginia, we were all in a moderate drought. Last week on the Eastern Shore, you were all in a severe drought. Even up north into Maryland, they were in an extreme drought. But all of the extreme drought has disappeared off of the map. The moderate drought has been removed from most areas. So this is really looking good. We're making progress on this, and that's how it works with the drought. You have to make progress on it. You have to get weeks of heavier than or wetter than normal conditions to be able to chip that away. So that's where we are right now. I know it's not growing season, but I never want to see us in a drought because it always means something some time of the year or another. Here's a look at Super Doppler 10. A couple of showers on the Eastern Shore. So some drizzle, light rain in Accomack County right now. Storm system offshore, that's bringing snow to the northeast. We're not going to see any additional precip now looking ahead to our weekend. Travel-wise, we should be just fine. If you have any family members flying into town tomorrow or you're heading out of town tomorrow, shouldn't have any weather delays locally. Depending on where you're going, things are looking really good. Atlanta looks excellent. Charlotte looks excellent. Chicago looks excellent. If you are traveling north, I don't see any weather being an issue, but there will be a lot of wind, so the flights could be a little bit bumpy with the turbulence. The only spot that'll have weather is Seattle, maybe San Francisco, but that's not so much a connection unless you're going international. Maybe your destination. So here's a look at the weather for tonight. We're going to see clearing skies overnight and clearing skies as we look ahead to tomorrow. This is tomorrow, 3:30 in the afternoon. Sunny, but it'll be windy. Expect a strong wind out of the north tomorrow everywhere at 10 to 20 miles an hour. That'll make it feel like it's in the 30s all day long. Coming up on Sunday, we're also looking at sunny skies and that breeze out of the north, but not all of us could see sunshine. See this line of clouds right here that goes across the bay, the Eastern Shore, and then down into the ocean? That's a little bay effect streamer cloud that's developing. If you can get enough wind, if you can get enough cold air in the atmosphere, you might get flurries to develop off of that band of cloud cover. So that's one thing that we might see on Sunday morning on the Eastern Shore. Otherwise, we'll see sunny skies into Sunday and also looking ahead to next week on Monday. Temperatures tomorrow, 40s likely for the area. So colder, a breezy day, but we'll have the sunshine, low 40s across the peninsula, middle peninsula, and the Eastern Shore. Here's your 7-day forecast. Highs will be in the 30s coming up for Sunday. Monday, we're looking at a high of 43 degrees, and then going into the holidays, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, 50 degrees for the high temperature. Not expecting rain now on Christmas Day.
There is a date set for the Michael Vick introductory press conference at Norfolk State. I'll tell you when it is coming up because it's official. NSU football back on the college football map. More details on the announcement next on the Sports Wrap.
News Nation special. Tomorrow, the drones over New Jersey continue. Mysterious sightings for more than a month with little action taken.
Objects that frankly defy explanation.
Ross Coulthard with the latest developments. Tomorrow on News Nation. News Nation is news for all Americans. Find us today at newsnationnow.com. Then just enter your zip code to get News Nation. News for all Americans.
We're no longer expecting Michael Vick to be the next head football coach at Norfolk State. That's because Michael Vick is now the head football coach at Norfolk State. The university making it official this afternoon with an announcement from athletic director Dr. Melody Webb. All right, welcome back, everyone. Well, 3 days ago, Tuesday night, is when we first received word that Michael Vick, one of the greatest athletes to ever come from the 757, was coming home to coach the green and gold. Since that point, we've waited for the official news, and as I just said, we got it today around 2:30 p.m. The Newport News native, 27 years after graduating from Warwick High School, will be the 19th head football coach in the history of Norfolk State. It was a unanimous approval by the Board of Visitors this afternoon to hire Vic, a Virginia Tech legend, #1 overall NFL draft pick in 2001, four-time NFL Pro Bowler and NFL Comeback Player of the Year in 2010. A huge swing by the Spartans Athletic Administration that could be the catalyst to the rebirth of the NSU football program in a time where we've seen recently huge former NFL stars, Deion Sanders and Eddie George, leading HBCU to garner more attention and notoriety while winning championships. Here's the official statement from Vic, quote, "I am blessed and humbled by this opportunity to lead, mentor, and transform the football program at Norfolk State University. A prestigious HBCU with a rich athletics history, NSU provides a tremendous environment for students to reach their full potential on the field and just as importantly in the classroom. I am honored to join the Norfolk State family and welcome your support as we embark on this journey together. Behold the green and gold," end quote. Now, there will be an introductory press conference Monday morning on the NSU campus at 10 a.m. Location is to be determined. We'll let you know when we find out sometime this weekend. Tonight at Norfolk Scope, the Admirals returning to the ice seeking an 11th straight win. One of the hottest teams in the ECHL, the Ads, taking on Trois Rivières, a team they beat last year in the playoffs in a very physical series. Puck drops tonight at 7:05. For more of a full feature story on the Ads win streak right now, log on to Wavy.com or go to the Wavy YouTube page. Check out James Catato's story from Wednesday night. So it's official, man. Monday, on the campus of Norfolk State, it's going to be packed for the Michael Vick press conference. This is a big moment.
Interesting to see how this, how they handle the spotlight.
How they handle the spotlight. There's going to be people and places, and there's a lot going on, and everyone's going to have a speech. I'm sure there will be some names from the past that people talk about, Tommy Riemann, and just how he feels at his staff. It's a lot to look forward to. I can't wait to get to next year's football season.
That's going to be fun.
I know. I want to see what kind of players he brings in.
The players, and I want to be at that first game because it's going to be
the crowds.
And the crowds.
The crowds coming to Dick Price Stadium.
And people want to see them win, which is a
it.
big thing
That's
too.
The key. That's the key.
We're going to see temperatures that'll feel like a winter if you like winter. Temperatures will be in the 40s and 30s for our weekend. Windy tomorrow, not as windy on Sunday. Christmas Day, partly cloudy skies.
Our next newscast is coming up at 6:30 on Fox 43.
We're back at 11.